Hello,
Hello there.
and welcome to one of our horror reviews.
Yes, once again.
I'm Randy,
And I'm Steve.
and this is our review.
Yes.
So we are doing another marathon.
Yeah.
If you watch us, you know that we do marathons.
Yeah,
and
we
then
do.
We do reviews. So we decided to do my favorite franchise, Scream,
Yes.
which this movie is just, ugh,
The 90s.
the 90s.
In a nutshell.
Oh, yes. I remember seeing this movie in movie theaters, like in 1996.
Yep, 1996.
December of 1996.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyways, for those of you who do not know what Scream is about, it is about this girl, Sydney Prescott, and she is just caught up in a
Queen.
whirlwind of murders in a small town.
Yes. Also, with the trauma of her mother's
death.
Maureen
Yes.
Prescott, who you find out more about in the third film specifically.
Yes.
But you find out a little bit about this movie.
But long story short, the movie starts out with Casey Becker and her boyfriend, Stephen Orth. She's gonna watch a movie, and the phone rings. And most of these movies start out with the phone ringing.
With the phone call.
With a phone call.
Or a text in later movies.
And it's this creepy, dark voice.
Yes.
That asks a bunch of questions about usually horror movies.
Yes. Well, especially this one.
Yeah, especially this one. It's hard to explain this movie.
It's basically a whodunit slasher with a comedy twist, but there is a real threat of like the killer as well, which I like.
You don't know
who
the killer is.
And if you don't know who the killer is, just write out it's the ghost face mask. If you didn't know what that's from, it's from this. The long sad eyes and the long mouth and the pale face, that's from this.
Yes.
That all originated here. And they went with several different mask iterations originally, but they finally settled on that one. They had multiple variations of the mask too, which is interesting. But yes, mask.
Most of these movies start out with a kill.
Yes, at least
that's what
one.
started the craze of having an opening kill.
Yeah, actually,
in a horror movie.
That's true. And originally, you think this is gonna be the final girl, and it is not. But there's not the final girl.
Drew Barrymore is our opening kill.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. And then the rest of the movie is just about Sydney. Sydney gets attacked, of course.
Sydney this and Sydney that. Always Sydney.
Yeah, and then you have the introduction of Gale Weathers.
The best character in this franchise.
Played by Courtney Cox.
From Friends and
Courtney
stuff.
Cox. And then you have our
David Arquette. Who's the brother of the girl who plays Kirsten in Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Their sister.
Oh, Patricia Arquette.
Yeah, Patricia Arquette from the third Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
That's his sister.
But those are our main characters, and then you have Billy Loomis, which is Nev Campbell or Sydney's boyfriend,
played by
Skeet Ulrich.
And then there's Stu Macher, played by Matthew Lillard. Randy Meeks, played by I can't remember his name.
Jamie Kennedy,
yeah.
And then you have Tatum, played by Rose McGowan.
There we go.
Fabulous Rose McGowan.
Yes.
Bunch of other people in this movie.
A lot of these actors.
You got a serial killer named Cotton Weary. He's played by a brief appearance by Lev Schreiber.
Who's also in the Omen remake that we just covered recently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who else?
I don't know, just a huge
the
big star.
mom from Gremlins. I can't remember her name, but the mom from Gremlins plays Dewey's mom.
Oh, sorry, she has a very brief cameo in this movie.
Yeah.
But Dewey and Tatum's mom.
And the sheriff from this movie, the old guy.
Is one of the sheriffs.
The sheriffs from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm.
So is this world connected?
Well, we also have the janitor reference to when Wes Craven plays the janitor. He plays Fred.
Oh, Fonzie.
Yeah, and Fonzie's in this movie from.
This movie.
Oh yeah, Fonzie from Happy Days.
What's his real name?
Oh my gosh, I know his name, but I can think of it. Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, crap. Anyways.
So yeah, from Happy Days.
But yeah, so this movie's about horror movies. Like,
yes, it's about horror movies.
About movies, surviving a horror movie. There's rules that one must abide by.
Yeah, Randy is the horror movie nerd residently.
There's no drinking or doing drugs. There's no sex.
You have to be a virgin.
You have to be a virgin. Which the rules change with each movie.
Yeah, the rules change a little bit. They add new rules or sometimes subtract rules a little bit. And also in each movie they talk about different things. Like this one just talks about a movie in general. Second one's like sequels, third one's trilogies, and so on and so forth. We'll get to those as we get to those movies.
Yeah.
But this movie
this one leads to a party.
And this one also sets the whole trend of like movies like this for 90s onward. This one like reinvented. Yes, this reinvented what horror became for decades to come. Regardless of how much you like this movie, that did that. Made other movies in the same vein possible. But yes, we go out to the party at Stu Macher's house, where everyone's going, regardless, I think despite the killings, they just want to have this party because the school thing got canceled, so they want to have some sort of party, and Sidney goes there, and the killer finds them, and gets Tatum, sad, and then
kills Kenny, the cameraman, Gil's cameraman.
Yes. But there's like only like a handful of kills. I think there's like 5 or 6 kills in this movie.
Yeah, not very many.
Not like not like as little as some movies, but not as much as others. Kind of in the middle. Halloween had that many kills.
The Killers.
The Killers
Spoiler.
is something new for all horror films. Actually, is the Killers were someone they knew the entire time. Sidney's boyfriend Billy and their friend Stu Macher were the killers.
Played by Matthew Lillard and Steve Aldrich.
They were the killers.
And I will say real quick, the reason this movie gets me every single time is when you hear when she's like, "What's your motive?" and Billy's like,
"We don't need a motive.
We don't need a motive."
That's
did Norman Bates have a motive? Did they ever really find out why Hannibal Lecter started eating people? Don't think so. But the real motive is oh my god, I get chills every time he says it, when he says that her slut mother was fucking his father, and she's the reason his mom abandoned him.
And they got divorced.
Look on Sidney, the acting and the look on Sidney and Stu's face, because Stu did not know that that's the reason why his mom left. And the look on his face and the look on Sidney's face was just so realistic. And it gets me every fucking time. I just had to say that.
Well, and at the same time, though,
that's one of the real
he's one to
motives.
talk, because in the later movies, they find out that he was also screwing another woman and having kids while he was dating Sidney, and had another kid later that we find out is Sam Carpenter from Scream 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Which isn't really part of this timeline yet, but it is far-fetched, but still.
But anyways, yeah. So anyways, Kidney. Sidney.
Oh, we got one of the best movie punches too, when Sidney punches Gale out.
Oh yeah.
Great scene. Great movie.
How's the book? Oh good, I'll send you a copy.
Bam, bam, Sid, bitch goes down. Bam, Sid, super pitch.
Right. Anyways, Sidney kills the killers with help of Gale and Randy. Randy lives. Gale lives. Dewey ends up living.
But he has to go to the hospital. Which becomes a trend with a lot of characters in these movies. They all survive fatal injuries.
Anyways, real quick, this movie had a great soundtrack.
Yes.
If you haven't heard it, download the soundtrack and watch these movies.
Or find it on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Yes. Anyways, that's it. I give this movie an A+.
This is a really good movie. Yeah,
5 stars.
Definitely go watch it. Go watch the rest of the movies too.
Yes.
Thank you. Stay tuned, stay spooky, and continue to like and follow for more.
Classic.
Yes, it is. It's a classic. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Bye.
Bye.